Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to work on some Lego, and I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego to the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes, and if you feel like just being a lurker, well, you can go ahead and just lurk. That's also okay. It's a Thursday night, and I've got Lego to build, as I said at the top of the stream. I am done. Hey, Lashbrook, I'm done with the Narrative Gundam. A master grade and all its extra parts, the B-packs and all that, the Verka kit. Finished with that, so we're going to start a Lego set. I'm starting the Lego 3-in-1 Retro Telephone set. It gives us 3 builds, each of which are phones from different eras. We've got our 60s phone, we've got our 80s phone, and then we've got our 2000s 2 phones, like a flip phone and like a Nokia, but like obviously not named, no name brands. This is not a licensed kit. We're going to start with a rotary phone, I believe, because that is the one that uses the most parts and also has the piece I'm most interested in, which is not the phone itself, but the notepad. There's like illegal tech being used in there, and I'm interested in that. So we'll start with that. Go to the overhead camera here first. Here's the overhead camera. We're gonna open up a bag. I'll do it away from here a little bit so that you don't hear that noise, because I think that would be, some people don't like that. We are gonna Noel, if you have not been to a Lego build here for me, I do start by going bag by bag and separating parts. The biggest kit that we're working on here, which is the rotary phone, is gonna use the most pieces. And so basically the instruction booklet always says like, do bag 1, 2, and 3, and the other ones are like, make sure all the bags are open. So I always check to make sure that I have removed every Lego from the bags so that I'm not hunting and pecking around for a Lego piece. And then I'm just going to separate by color. And then if there are any pieces that can go together, like these two, hey, Lord Crashington, I can put these two together like that, and then it just takes less room and is also easier to find. So I'm going to put all of the different greens that I can see here together, so that way if I see an instruction that says, all right, I need a green, I can just look at the greens and find what I need. It should be pretty straightforward. Get the grays together over here, and we can also do this. And yeah, this is just a pretty simple way to organize everything together and get the stuff together there. I should say, because I didn't up top, we are currently at 22 subscribers. My goal is to get to 30. I shut up the number of subscribers I have when I hit 30. If you would like to become a subscriber, you could do that. You could. Now would be a great time to do it. Or gift a sub or whatever. But yeah, hoping to get to the big 3-0. We'll see. I do want to know, since Twitch changed around the dashboard a bit, and now it scrolls between gift sub leaderboard and the cheer leaderboard and the best clips, and also me looking at my own goddamn thing about like, oh, only 8 more to go. It's like, okay, yeah, I know. I'm wondering if I get one in any of those categories, if it will stick to that, or if it will always constantly rotate. I have given feedback. As an affiliate, I can reach out to some people that theoretically will look at what I had to say, and I have said that having that scroll all the time is annoying. Just let me pick which one I want to look at, and having it scroll is just... because in the corner of my eye, I see movement. I think it's chat. I go and look. It's not chat. It's not chat. It's just a bit of scrolling text that I don't need to look at in order to do my job, which is to build model kits or Lego sets and talk to you. That's the job that I'm in right now. A job I'm happy to do. I should make clear. I am pleased to do this job, but I am annoyed that they make changes that seem completely unnecessary. Just weird. But that's also Twitch. Am I right? Well, sometimes good ideas, things you hear go, oh yeah, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, all right. And then sometimes it's just like, no, what are we talking about here? Why would you do it that way? What are we doing? Who does that serve? That is the question I often ask myself when I read things about like upcoming Twitch like changes. It's always like, okay, and who does this serve? Who does this help? How many people does this help? And I am not saying that I speak for everyone, or that like, oh well, if I don't like it, it doesn't make sense. I'm not trying to say that, but I am trying to say like I often wonder like, okay, oh this is gonna, going forward you're gonna be doing this thing. Okay, well, who does this help? Who does this serve? Did anyone ask for this? Is this a thing that the community has been asking for, or is this a thing that serves your partners, which makes sense why you want to help out your partners as much as you can? But it's like, okay, all right, well, or did nobody ask for this and this comes from above? This is somebody high at Twitch or low at Amazon had this idea and a mandate, and we just got to do it, and it's not something that's going to benefit anybody, but we're doing it, that kind of thing. It's like, okay, it's good to question, it's good to wonder about those things. I think it does help at the end of the day to keep those things in mind. There are people who work at Twitch who are passionate about, serving the community at large, serving the people that are never going to sub but still watch, all the way up to people who are making Twitch money while they make money, that kind of a thing. Yeah, we'll see how all that works out and all that shakes out. Let's see. Double or Nothing card got updated as of last night, and then also as of today. So there are more matches been added to the Double or Nothing card. Stuff that got added today is, I didn't notice this. I didn't actually even see. There's a third pre-show match that got added, which is again a weird little feud that's happening here, and I'm confused about it. We'll start with that. Death Riders. This case, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta is taking on the Ops, Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. Now, the reason that is because, and I actually love this as a justification for why two characters are feuding. So Will Ospreay was looking to get some support as he was coming back from his neck injury, and he ended up as not in the Death Riders, but as friendly with the Death Riders. And Samoa Joe is mad that he is leaning on the Death Riders and not leaning on him and the Ops. And so that's why he's just mad that he made friends with other people and he didn't make friends with them. Which is very funny because the Ops are bad as a group. They are a poor group. They are unsuccessful. They have held gold before. They currently hold no gold. They hold no titles at all. They are not successful. And so it is very funny for me, you should have been friends with us. It's why? Last week says real monkey paw situation when you said you wanted OC on the show. Yes, I was hoping that the trios titles would be defended. Instead, the conglomeration is in a different match. And one of the members of the trios is fighting for a singles belt. But yeah, so that match got added. That's a trios match. It is fine that it exists. Again, also, both groups are heels. Now, the Death Riders do get cheered now and again, and they are representing a guy who is cheered, Will Ospreay, but the group itself is a faction of heels. So it's a heel tag team versus a heel trio versus a heel trio. So it's odd. It's an odd thing. Wheeler Yuta is maybe going to get cheered. It's a weird thing. Because also the Ops are a heel group, but Samoa Joe always gets cheered because he's Samoa Joe, and he will always get cheered. It's an odd one. Added to that is also the Divine Dominion. That's Megan Bayne and Lena Cross are having another 5-minute eliminator match. If a team can survive for 5 minutes, they get a title shot. Or win the match, but that's not, if they won in under 5 minutes, they would also get a title shot. But yeah, they'd have to survive 5 minutes and they get a title opportunity. So they're putting that against Zeta Steel and Viva Van. Always nice to see Viva Van. I think she's fantastic. Love to see her getting a pre-show pay-per-view payday. That's great. Zeta is very green, but seems gung-ho, and people seem to like her, so that's cool. And then the third pre-show match for AEW's Double or Nothing, happening this Sunday night, will be a 10-man tag team match. Boom and Doom, which is Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. Big Boom AJ, aka the adult in the Costco boys. He's the Costco guy. He's the adult. And members of the conglomeration, which are Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, 2/3 of the trio's champions, and Mark Briscoe. They are taking on. Oh, Big Justice will also be in their corner. That's the little. He's not that little, but he is the little guy of the Costco guys. No word if the Rizzler will be there or not. They're taking on Shane Taylor Promotions. All male members of Shane Taylor Promotions. That's Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, Captain Sean Dean, Charlie Bravo, and Lee Moriarty. Always happy to see Lee Moriarty. He should not be in Ring of Honor anymore. Lee Moriarty should not be in Ring of Honor these days. He should be a full-fledged roster member. It's fucking crazy. One of the best wrestlers in the company only works on their paid service show. It's fucking bonkers to not have Lee Moriarty full-time on the roster. What are we doing here? Anthony Ogogo continues to get a paycheck. Congratulations to him. That's just remarkable that he continues to be a guy that they pay money to. It's wild. There's a notebook piece. This seems to be a custom Lego piece. It is for the notepad. We will build it soon, I believe. But this seems to be a custom piece. I've never seen this piece before, which is pretty cool. So that's the pre-show. And then added to the main card is just... one match got added, and then one match got added, but that is a replacement. And we'll get to that in a second. Let's start with the one that got added. Jon Moxley is defending the Continental Championship against Kyle O'Reilly, but there will not be a time limit. Normally, there is a 20-minute time limit for Continental Championship matches. There will not be in this case, which to me sucks, because it means that like Kyle's going to lose in 21 minutes or not, But yeah, Kyle versus Moxley I thought was good on Wednesday. It'll be interesting to see it again. I do not think that Kyle O'Reilly is going to become a double champion. It would be kind of neat if he did. I do not think he will. I feel like Moxley will hold on to that until the next tournament, which I think is too long. I think he should lose it before the next tournament. But that's just me. And then Athena is taking on Mina Shirakawa in the Women's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinals. This was already announced, but it was not originally scheduled for this show. It has been added as a replacement because Willow Nightingale is injured and will no longer be in the Owen. And her her challenger does not get a bye. Alex Windsor does not move on. Alex Windsor will face a wild card in a future upcoming match, and they gave themselves the out of not waiting for, not having to scramble to get someone. So they'll do it later. Instead, do Mina versus Athena. Mina, which will be a quality match. And we got to see Athena on TV this week, which was nice. Always nice to see Athena on AEW television and not stuck on the other programming. It is nice. It's a real fucking shame. Some people were like, oh, Willow's going to win the tournament. So now what are they going to do? Because Willow isn't going to do it. And I was like, no, Willow's not winning the tournament. I never thought Willow was going to win the tournament. I obviously am bummed that she has to give up TBS championship. I'm bummed that she can't be in the Owen, even though I think she was losing this weekend. I hope she gets well soon. And I'm certainly fucking really bummed out that she is that injured. And I hope she recovers well. In my mind, she was losing this weekend to Alex Windsor because I think Alex Windsor is winning the whole thing so that she and her fiance can be the Owen champions and then go and get married because they're getting married this summer. I believe they will both be unless they're getting married right before. They're getting married this summer. So in and around All In. So the idea that they would go in as champions, to me, just makes sense. They both win the Owen. They both win the Owens, and then I think they both win it All In. That's my guess. We got our first sticker here that we will be applying here. This is because this is a notepad, so we got to put a sticker on the notepad. And so we will apply that here. We got 3 stickers, and we'll put that on here. Somebody doodling on a notepad. And if you are a younger viewer, you may say to yourself out loud or think it, Pat, why are you building a notepad? Well, because the phone we're building didn't have an answering machine because answering machines were not a thing. So you might have a little, a notepad of some sort, or sticky notes maybe, near it because you want to write down people's phone numbers. You want to write down a message. You have to take a message. I thought Athena versus Willow was the final, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. So yeah, I got to agree with your take now. Yeah. So I never thought it was going to be that. I always assumed that it was Alex Windsor the whole time. Now I feel it is definitely going to be Alex Windsor. Unless the wild card is somebody that they somebody outlandish that they really want to push, like Willow is injured. She was going to win this. Let's get Mercedes back. Like, if the wild card is Mercedes and she's going through the Owen to be the first back-to-back Owen winner, then yeah, you keep that a surprise and it's fucking Mercedes. But I still think it's Alex Windsor. If Mercedes shows up to take on Alex Windsor, then I'm probably going to assume that Alex Windsor isn't beating Mercedes. She could. All right, so we have 2 more stickers here, and these are our notes that were to imply that they were ripped off the notepad. Little notes here. And then we'll be done with all our stickers right at the beginning, which is great. My heart goes out to Willow Nightingale, who is a phenomenal talent and just, by all accounts, a fucking lovely person. And I hope her recovery is smooth. Pre-show doesn't really have anything I don't know. I'm glad OC is on there. But yeah, there's nothing big. Again, I'm very happy that I'm very happy for Viva Van to get in that payday. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a full 5 minutes. I don't think it will. I think we're setting up for, like, I don't know who we're setting. I mean, honestly, I assume we're setting up for Taymella or Ty J, because Ty is back, and Anna J is around, and so I think maybe we're setting up for that to be the next challenger. But I don't know. Maybe not. All right, we got. I'm gonna put these over here. It's just easier. We got our notepad done. We got our notes, our ripped off notes here. Got our phone number. Put those over there for our phone. Let's build the pencil that we got going on here. We're gonna build the pencil. All right, so. Wait, is this the wrong piece? Why isn't this going on this? Is this the wrong thing? Yes, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at this dark gray. I needed this instead. Yes, that makes just the world of sense. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, the rest of the card looks good. Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. I don't like that they took the time limit away, because I think that's one of the things that makes it interesting. So I'm not super thrilled with that. But otherwise, like, yeah, all right, sure. Should be a good show. This is more of a PSA than anything else. Stream Elements. If you use Stream Elements, get off of Stream Elements as fast as you can. That company is not long for this world. They have publicly announced that they are looking at getting acquired. And there is lots of rumors of layoffs and shutdowns at Stream Elements. And it does not look good there. So if you use Stream Elements, you have money tied to Stream Elements, you might want to get the fuck out of there and get out while the getting's good, because it doesn't look great there. Just gonna put that out there. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but again, more of a PSA than anything else. Like, shit's looking rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's get into some updates from stories we have covered previously. We talked about the PS Plus price hikes that were coming, and how it looked like yearly was going to be okay. It was just the monthly. So if you wanted to get PS Plus, get for the year, because it's soon going to raise the price. And then PS Plus Essential was going to have a price increase from $10 to $11, and the 3-month option was going from $25 to $27. But also, as of today, PS Plus Extra and Premium also got a price increase. Premium is now $20 instead of $18. Extra, this is per month, is now $17 instead of $15. And Essential is again $11 instead of $10. And for a 3-month, there is also an increase there. They did not announce that. Why didn't they announce that? Why not announce it all at the same time? Why wait on it and just have it go in there? Lashbrook, the tier names are not good. You're right. Extra and Premium. There's not a good way of telling me which one of those is better. Essential kind of makes sense. Subplation strikes again. But as I said, they announced the Essential upgrade price increases. They didn't announce the other ones, and that's weird. They didn't do it. And it's confirmed it doesn't apply to existing. Okay, so that is important to note. your price didn't increase, but if your plan changes, like if you thought to upgrade your plan, or you're new, that will increase. But also, if you're in India and Turkey, it does increase, and we don't know why that is the case in India and Turkey, but it is the case in India and Turkey. All right, here's our pencil. Lego pencil. Lego pencil. Now we can start working on this retro telephone, because we're going to start with the retro one. Maybe they're waiting to see a backlash in terms of canceled subs before rolling out the rest. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they were waiting to. I don't know. Yeah, this is very strange. Just do it all at the same time. It was weird. And because also, if you're saying, hey, the expensive ones are going up in price, that almost makes it more worth it to get just to drop down to essential, which would also keep people in the ecosystem. It's like, instead of going, I probably don't need it, they might be like, I can go for the cheaper one. Again, if you want to play games online on the PlayStation 4 or 5, you do need PS Plus. So maybe you just want to get the year of it. I don't know. It's a mess. I understand why it's happening. It's a mess. And again, people are like, well, it's online stuff. It shouldn't increase. And it's like, well, everything's fucked. So also this is fucked, is the only way I can look at it. Another update. Previously, we talked about Night Street Games. They are the makers of the not free to play, but online only multiplayer game, Last Flag, a capture the flag game that kind of came and didn't hit that hard. It did not hit hard enough to make goals. This is the game from the studio Night Street Games that is co-owned by the lead singer of the Imagine Dragons, not the Imagine Dragons, and did not do well. There was rumors that there were going to be some layoffs. It has now been confirmed. About a dozen people, about a dozen employees were laid off, which was half of the staff. They are now cut in half. They are up. We'll be updating Last Flag before diving back into new game ideas. They had a statement that seemed nice, yeah. Again, I just want to update because we heard rumors of layoffs, but they've been confirmed. And again, cut in half. And that is a shame. That game seems kind of neat, but yeah, obviously did not grasp. But also, basically, came out, didn't immediately find an audience, and is done, which is like a bad way to be. It is a bad place to be if you can't survive a couple weeks without immediately being like, yeah, oh, we're done. Okay, this was not an immediate smash hit, so we're done. It's like, oh, that fucking sucks. There's no wait and see. There's no like, it's just like, oh, it has to immediately, it's an all or nothing. That is a bad place to be at for game dev. It's rough out there. Obviously. So that is, we have one more update, and then we'll get into some new stuff. There's a big story I haven't talked about yet. We will talk about the big story of the day, of course. All the talk about the Black Flag reboot. No, I'm not. I don't care about the Black Flag remake. Kotaku had a lot of fucking articles about it because they went to go play it. It had a lot of, it was just like, I do not care about this at all. I kind of cared about the DLC that is not being included, that by all accounts was fucking cool. And also that they're taking away the parts where you are in the real world, quote unquote, and you are a game dev working on a video game, which was kind of interesting. So I was like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm more on that. But no, here's an update on Wizards of the Coast. You may remember the story of how there is for Magic the Gathering Arena, which is the video game, that staff there, employees there, I should say, specifically employees there, are unionizing. They are forming a union. And they put the petition in. And Wizards of the Coast has not voluntarily recognized their union, which, it would be great if they did. They have not. So things are moving forward with them getting ready for a vote. And they are working with a group, which management has a group, and they are not by letter of the law union busting, right? But they are doing shit that is very in the spirit of union busting bullshit. They have been sending out emails and talking on Slack, and now they are sending physical letters. And multiple employees have been posting those letters. It has been seemingly written, but clearly at least named by John Hitt, who is the Wizards of the Coast president. So basically, they're using a lot of standard stuff about this union effort here and the union busting. And generally, when you don't want a union to form, you say things like, we're a family. And you say things like, we want to have direct one-on-one conversations with employees. And sometimes we want to make sure that you're not getting a deal that's worse than the deals you already have and things like that. We want you to be in control of your future and not have other people in control of you. Which is the implication, of course, that the union becomes a third party, and that whatever governing board you sign up with, in this case, the creative workers, that they somehow become in charge of you, or that union organizers, union representatives, become don't actually speak for you; they speak for themselves. These are the standard tactics that come in there. Direct working relationship with leadership. And that sending a physical letter means that they are scared. They are terrified of this union happening and collective action. We know that because they're sending letters. And we also know from history that when management does not want this thing to happen, it actually pushes people because, Umjan just says, subscribe for 48 months. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in chat. Thank Umjan for the continued support. It means a lot. Appreciate you. And Umjan says, even if union were in complete control of your paycheck and deals, at least you get to vote for them. You don't get to vote for your boss. Yes, indeed. Even if they actually did pull this shit, even if your union was somehow in complete and utter dominance of what kind of deal you had, it's still better than your bosses. So, again, these kind of efforts, not immediately recognized it, because they have said that they have 75% of workers supported the union effort. I bet the number is higher now. The number doesn't go down because, management thinks that we should just negotiate with each other. And the other part of this is that is important to know. This is an important piece that we didn't have immediately. Is one of the main reasons that this is happening is we're currently at 23 subscribers. We're on our way. 23 subscribers out of 30. Thank you, John, for the support. one of the reasons why we know that this is actually going to work more is because one of the reasons why this union effort is happening is obviously, control your paycheck and things like that. Layoffs and protections and like that, or better severance packages, things like those issues, because things are chaotic. Of course, there's been some shakeups within Wizards of the Coast at large, and so the people are worried about those things. But also, we didn't know about this until the union efforts started, being talked about. One of the reasons why there's a big push for the union is because of a change in Wizards' work policy. So, since the pandemic, Wizards had a work from home. You could just opt to work from home, right? And that didn't go away. It went away in plenty of places. It didn't go away at Wizards. You could continue. In fact, there were people who, as recent as those were 2024, were getting hired on the Magic the Gathering arena team to be solely work from home. So as of 2 years ago, there were still people signing new contracts. And then last year, they started saying, we're going to realign some of our things, and we're going to be pushing for people to either work out of the Seattle office or they have an office somewhere in Rhode Island. And if you're not in one of those two places, you got to be in one of those places, you got to come to the office. And people were like, what are you talking about? I have a house here. There was a lot of pushback on that. And then people were told, it'll be optional, but start thinking about it, because eventually it won't be optional, which is not the same thing. And there was a lot of pushback. And then eventually, after an all-hands meeting where a lot of people were talking about this thing, an issue important to employees, a member of HR who may have been influenced by just being frustrated, may not have actually been speaking for the company. We don't fully know. But according to numerous employees, a HR employee said, well, if you don't like the policy, you don't have to work here. And now they're going to have a union. And that's it. That's all it is. Individual employees are worried about their jobs because if I don't live in Seattle and I don't that, am I not going to have a job? If I don't move to Rhode Island, am I not going to have a job? And that's the thing, right? So that is eventually you just won't work here anymore. And one employee who is now working towards this union effort did say that they inquired about, are you going to be helping people relocate to Seattle? The people that, because in her case, 2 years ago, there was discussion, do you need me to live in Seattle? Because then my contract with you will have to include money to help me make the move. And that she was told, oh no, you can work from home. Lots of people do. It'll be fine. And so she inquired, okay, well, if I have to live in Seattle, are you going to help me relocate to Seattle? And she was told, no, that you wouldn't be helped. And it's like, okay, between those two things, between not helping people relocate and saying, if you don't like it, get the fuck out, we'll hire someone that does. Now they're fucking working towards a union. And Wizards it's Wizards' fault. And I should say, now they are a lot of different conversations about that. A lot of pullback of we never actually demanded that you move here. We're just hoping that people will, and stuff like that. So they are pulling back on that because they realize that, we are now pushing people farther than they want. Because they'd rather have you work from home than be in a union. They don't want you to be in a union, which, as I said here, and people will certainly agree, I believe, that if management doesn't want you to do a thing, you should. If management is sending letters, in like physical letters to your address, giving you other perspectives, then yeah, it's time to fucking unionize. Like, it's time to get that vote going. Yeah, spreading information, sounding fear. Yeah. So we do not have. So the thing we knew in April when they made this announcement was recent decisions by Wizard of the Coast and Hasbro leadership have not aligned with the values of its employees. We now know that in part is the relocation demands. We now know that's part of it. We didn't know that before. Now we have some more information. Good luck to all the folks at the Magic Gathering Arena team. I hope everything goes swimmingly for you. I hope you get proper representation and you get, your demands met. But yeah, good luck to you. It's going to be tough because Wizards is not going to voluntarily recognize a damn thing. Dirty just gifted a bunch of subs. Thank you very much, Dirty. Listen to the Bear Cave Lego site, tier 2 Blue Emote in chat. Thank Dirty very much for the 7 gifted subs, with gifted subs to Sejiro, Vim, 1, 2, 3, 4, Vagabond, Akito, we'll have Akito around here, Robot Roll Call 69, Amity Jam, and Dashi. Enjoy all of that. Enjoy your gifted subs. Not seeing ads, not seeing pre-roll ads or anything. Getting some cool emotes. Yes, Robot Roll Call is a good name. It didn't need the number, but it doesn't hurt with the number. But thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. And yeah, we've hit our goal, which means that until the numbers go away, we'll then drop back down. We will take this away, and we do not need to look at that number. We have hit our goal. Robo Troll Call. Oh yeah, okay. It could be that. Aristofan also says, "Grats on the goal. 92 months. Thank you so much, Aristofan." Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 Blue Emote in chat as well for that. It could be Robo Troll Call, but I like to think it's Robot Roll Call. But yes, thank you very much, Aristofan, our tier 2 subscriber. Thank you for subscribing at tier 2. Oops, I put this on the wrong piece. Yeah, Aristofan, I'm really excited about this. As I mentioned earlier, it was 9 streams, y'all. 9 streams working on that master grade, which was a cool fucking master grade. Don't get me wrong. That kit was awesome. You thought it was a Mystery Science... I thought of it as a Mystery Science Theater 3000 reference. Yeah. The Robot Roll Call, yes. That's also what I thought of. Yeah. At the we got to introduce us to all the bots. You got to know about them. So when they start talking, you go, "Oh wait, I saw that in the Robot Roll Call." I gotcha. What was it? Yeah, that last kit that I worked on just took so long and was so detailed, and also frustrating. That was a frustrating build sometimes. So I'm very happy to be working on something that is fun. Now, does every fucking part of this make me feel old? Yes. Because I mentioned this on Blue Sky in a reply to my friend Heather, that My dad had a rotary phone for many, many years because it was free from the phone company, and it still worked. So because he had an answering machine tied to it, so he had a rotary. Like, I know how rotary phones work. The other phone that we're going to build here, the kind of like cordless phone, is the cordless phone we're building is very similar to more of a car cell phone. But is the very big phone, and I was more of the 90s smaller cordless phone. But I am still aware of the big cordless phones on the receiver. And then also, I had both of the kind of flip phones, the 2000 flip phones that we'll be building. I've had all these phones, and obviously, I was at the tail end of the rotary phone before the push button phone. But like, it does make me feel old that I am building the retro phone 3-in-1, and all four of them are very old phones. Recently, I also felt unbelievably old. My mom had the big car phone back in the late 80s. Yeah, we had a car phone for emergencies only that was like in like a leather, like a faux leather case, and it plugged into the car, and so it was for emergencies. But it plugged into the lighter, so you could use that. We had that eventually. But yes, I do feel old. I should say also, this past week, I felt old because there was a VTuber performance where they had two older gentlemen playing these young ladies and their live action counterparts, and they keep referring to them as these old men. And one of them is like, I don't know how old one of them is, but another one is my age, and they're just, and they are, to these assumed 20-somethings, I don't know their actual age, they are old men, but I was like, oof. Oh, who are these old guys? I'm just like, stop, please. Please, you're turning me to dust, please. These ancient old men that were doing improv, and I'm like, you're killing me. It used to be that all rotary phones put in service were owned by the AT&T. Yes. Yeah. I mean, chat, did any of you know that there was for a long period of the phone existing, you had two phone bills? You had local and you had long distance, and you had a local service like Bell, or we had Southern New England telephone, SNet. They eventually had their own ISP, and I had SNet for a while. It was fine. But yeah, you would pay for local and you would pay for long distance, and they were two different bills and two different services. There's a lot of weird stuff like that over the years of sorry, I just have to really quickly look at that's fine. Hold on 1 second. I just have to look at a thing. I got a pop-up here that I want to check to make sure that's okay. Is this okay? Oh yeah, okay, that's just letting me know that an emote unlocked. Okay, that's fine. Kids these days have never called anyone collect and said, "Dad, pick me up" as their name. I wasn't paying them, but I was aware. Yes. The people watch old wrestling and they're like, "What the fuck is 1-800 like what? What are all these call collect things?" Phone cards. My great aunts would get me and my cousins phone cards because we were going to college, and it would, or we had friends in college. So even though I was in high school, I was getting phone cards because I had friends in college, and it was nice to call them and not have to pay the long distance charge. Instead, I would just eat up minutes on my prepaid phone card. That was an easy gift to get the nephew that you don't know what the fuck they're doing, what they're up to. You don't know anything about what they like. So instead, you get them you get them a prepaid phone card so they can call their friends. Yes, calling, collect, having change in your pocket because you're calling. What a fucking payphone is outside of movies. The very conceit of the movie phone booth does not make fucking sense to people. What are you talking about? Like, what's a fucking phone booth? What are Bill and Ted getting into? Who are Bill and Ted? Yeah. The kids might know Bill and Ted because they had the movie thing that came out not too long ago. And maybe I will say this. There is a thing that every generation does where they decide they like an actor, and then one of their friends makes it, in the friend group, makes it their mission to watch all of their old stuff. So I have like a friend's younger brother who is that guy, and so he's the guy in the friend group that is like, we gotta watch Johnny Mnemonic because John Wick is cool. And so there are like 6 teenagers in Nebraska that think that the coolest movie they've ever seen is Johnny Mnemonic. Not The Matrix. They're watching old movies they can get of and that's the one that they latched onto was Johnny Mnemonic, which I was like, yeah, all right, because they think Keanu is cool. It's like, yeah, okay, sure. It's not what I would have chose, but whatever. That black and white cut rips though. I mean, I think it's good. I'm just surprised. So I don't have time to dig into this. So we're going to dig into it on Saturday. We'll talk all things Destiny 2, because there's a lot to unpack. Basically, Destiny 2 is ending in June. Updates are ending in June. And there are a lot of reports coming out that as soon as Destiny 2 is not a thing that they're being actively worked on, that a lot of that staff is going to get laid off because they're not going to all move on to Marathon. But we'll dig into that on Saturday because that does require some time, and also I want to read through these articles, and there also might be more information to talk about. So we'll wait on that, and instead we'll just end with this story, which is, hey, did you know that Quantic Dream had a video game that came out, and that is fucking gone already? They made a MOBA. They made a free-to-play MOBA. And it's no longer for sale on Steam. And then next month, the servers are going offline. And they announced that today. And basically, layoffs are going to happen. Now, a thing to remember is that Quantic Dream is primarily a French studio, and there are unions at that French studio, and the unions are understandably fucking pissed off. The project started 8 years ago, was supposed to be a reasonably sized project, and was planned for much earlier release. This is a blog post from the union. I have to look up the name. I'm going to give it STJV because it's all in French, and I don't speak French. Let's see. Over all the years, nobody questioned the business model or how the game was to be profitable. Catastrophic project management resulted in iteration after iteration, exhausting the team and leading production straight to disaster. Quantic Dream leadership points to external factors. We blame their decisions, be they financial, creative, or organizational. The resulting project was ungodly expensive and aimed at high-risk market without matching current player demands. Also, they didn't promote it. They just set it out to die. They didn't have the money or they didn't allocate the funds. I don't know if they didn't have the money. They didn't allocate the funds to promote it. And their big talking point, Quantic Dream, is this will not affect Star Wars Eclipse. things are just going to go normal there, which some of these important the people at Spellcasters Chronicles, both plurals, Spellcasters Chronicles, because employees are like, well, is anyone moving onto that team? Or are we all going to are you going to lay off 95 people? Also, what do you mean there's a team of 95 people working on a free-to-play MOBA in 2026? What are you talking about? It's a fucking mess. David Cage sucks. They didn't say that in this article. I'm saying it. Worker representatives have sounded the alarm about the project's colossal risk level numerous times. In front of employees, management arrogantly explained, this shit is crazy. In front of employees, management arrogantly explained that success was a given for Spellcasters Chronicles thanks to 30 years of experience of decision makers. A game that 3 months later is being stripped for parts, and they were like, it's a given this will be a success because we're such a good company at making decisions. And it's like, what the fuck? In front of Workers' Council, management refused to consider other scenarios and to plan accordingly. Failure was never an option, never thought about, never planned for. Incompetence led us here today. Workers pay for management's misguided ways, which is fucking baller. That's a baller-ass statement. But yeah. Spellcasters Chronicles sounds like somebody was making a Harry Potter parody and got scared of a lawsuit and then changed the name to be even more of a parody name. It's, yeah, it's all fucked. And condolences go out to what will probably be considerable layoffs, since it's very clear that they had no backup plan for that game not doing really fucking well, which is, again, crazy to think a MOBA was going to do phenomenal in 2026 just because, like, that company has had mild successes. Crazy how management had all the experience and still bad at what they do. But it's also like, John, as I just said, also, they're not they're a more marginally successful company. Like, the gall to think that, like, oh, we're hot shit. We made Detroit 2 Human. It's like, what are we fucking talking about? Oh, it was so fucking funny watching in real time people that did not play that game when it came out. I saw some people playing it last year, and they were like, I just know it's about robots. I don't know anything about it. And they were like, and people were like, well, it's a very clumsy allegory for racism. And they were like, oh yeah, all right, sure. And they were like, oh wait, it is. Oh, this is incredible. Wait, why is this robot talking about the Underground Railroad? And it's just like watching in real time, people realize that folks were not fucking with them when they were talking about Detroit Become Human and how heavy-handed it is. Oh boy, man. My favorite David Cage thing is that tweet with Cage asking if a robot can learn to be human, Yoko Taro replying, can a human learn to be human? And Cage getting confused. Yeah. Yeah. People who think they're like real big thinkers, like I am not here to be like, oh, Yoko Taro is the voice of the people, or Yoko Taro is some like incredible genius. But Yoko Taro is an auteur, and it's very funny to like have David Cage like instantly be like, wait, what? Around an actual auteur in response to someone who actually has like who has genuine big thoughts is very fucking funny. All right, we're going to continue working on this, and then we'll open up bag 2 because we'll have to open up bag 2. It's essential we open up bag 2 soon. But first things first. got to come over to this screen. I got to turn off the sub things because we're at 30 subscribers. So we'll turn that off for now. Hello. Now is part of the stream where I'm going to talk to you for a little bit about ways that you can support me and the things I do here. Everything I'm about to talk to you about is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to support me and what I do here, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to give you some opportunities to do that if you'd like. First things first, you can throw, if you're interested, the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote into chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch. You get Twitch Prime, which is and again, if you don't want to support me and you have that token, use it for somebody. Use it for another streamer you like. Don't see ads. Get cool emotes. It's nice. Help the number go up. It's nice when number go up. Once again, thank you to Dirty for getting us over the finish line there. Now, there are other ways to support me financially. I'm mentioning this one because it is literally the easiest one to support me. It's just because you're already here on Twitch. You could go to Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. Over my Patreon, there is a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards at the different tiers. If you would like, you could consider joining me over on my Patreon. My $10 patrons voted on this Lego set that I'm currently working on. They have the options between 2 Lego sets. They didn't pick the one that is from the video game Sonic the Hedgehog, or the franchise, I should say, because it might be a comic-related thing, but I think it's more of a game thing. But they didn't pick the Sonic one. Instead, they picked the phones, which is something they could do. That was their choice. Someday I'll build that Sonic Lego set. Anyway, there are different tiers, different rewards. At the end of this month, I'll do a Q&A that will only be for patrons. There you go. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBaer. Over my YouTube channel, you can, of course, subscribe for free. Subscribing is great. Please do that. While you're over on YouTube, consider watching one of my videos, and then maybe even consider becoming a member. For just $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So the video that went out yesterday, you would have already seen. My Kuma Baer video, which I'll talk about more in a minute. But yeah, those are monthly ways to support me. If you just want to throw something in the tip jar, I've got a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, and you can make direct donations like that. Everything I make, from direct donations from YouTube, which includes AdSense, so if you watch my videos, that also helps me out financially, through Twitch and through Patreon, all goes into a fund, and from that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits. I bought this because of past generosity of you. So model kits, Lego sets, gear, I buy all that stuff. I do have a great backlog. This came out of the backlog. I do have a lot of model kits. My backlog right now is good. It is real good. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. If you want to say, hey, Pat, don't build any of that stuff. Build what I want you to build. There's a way for you to do that. And that's to go over to my Amazon wish list and buy something for me to build. You pick up something from this wish list, it'll jump the queue and become the next thing I work on. And I won't work on other stuff until I'm finished the thing you bought. I have a bunch of things, model kits, Lego sets, inexpensive things, expensive things. I don't think you're going to buy the Gundam Barbatos Lupus Master Grade for me to build. That's a lot of fucking money. But maybe you'll look on this list and you'll go, oh, you know what? Pat, here's the Mega Charizard X Pokemon model kit. Build this blue Charizard, this blue and black Charizard, and I'll build that. Like, you could pick that up if you wanted to. There's a bunch of stuff on there that I'd be happy to put together. You could make me build Dolores. That's a baby dinosaur from one of the Jurassic World movies that I have not seen. I don't know who Dolores is. She's a baby dinosaur, and I'll build her if you want me to. If you buy it, I'll build it. A bunch of different things and things. See if there's something on that list that appeals to you, that you'd like to see me put together. you could do that. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. It's been a while. I got to go and update that wish list. I will update that soon. I have not, but I will. And if you want to support me financially the most convoluted and complicated way possible, here's how to do it. Go to USA Gundam Store and buy a gift card. They will send you an email with a gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or a private message on Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code, and I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. People have done that. It's pretty cool. I today just bought something from USA Gundam Store, a non-grade, a 1/100 scale non-grade from that I didn't know existed, from a series I don't build from a lot of. I'm very excited about putting that together. It's a Gundam Seed Destiny non-grade 1/100 kit. It's like the master grade size, but not a master grade. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know this existed. So I bought a kit that I am interested to see how that turns out when it arrives in the future. But yeah, if you want to support me but not spend any money, I have a Discord, and we would love to have you in there. It's a fun little chill place. We share around some links. We talk about a bunch of things and things. I share build photos. I encourage other people to do that as well. We got some folks that do some painting, and they like to put those in there. And that's always, you see people's little guys that they're working on. That's always fun. Couple of video links for you to check out. I will have a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club up on Monday because the Anime Awards are happening this weekend, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and I'll do my recap of the Anime Awards where I get mad that the one I think is the Anime of the Year didn't win. It's just traditionally, that's the truth. But anyway, Pat Baer's Anime Club, the most recent one, is my recommendations for the current anime season that we're in. So you might see some good shit that I talk about in that video. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. This month I'm talking about Shonen. And so I talked about Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 anime adaptation of Hunter x Hunter, one of my favorite anime of all time. One of the weirdest shonen of all time. A series that at different parts has decided that it's just gonna do something else. There's a horror arc. There's a death game. The Isekai arc becomes a death game arc. Because why not? I didn't even talk about, I'm only talking about the anime. The manga changed main characters. Just decided this guy's story is done. Let's do another main character. And we'll see where it goes. People got to stop taking advantage of the Memorial Day weekend. It's already bad enough for me that Combo Breaker and AEW pay-per-view are both this weekend. I understand, Lashbrook, a lot is happening. I get it. But also there are sales. There are sales and deals. And you can get those deals. And also the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are happening this weekend. But also they're in Japan. I live streamed it 2 years in a row. I live streamed the Anime Awards, and it was fun to do a watch along for it. But then they started doing it in Japan, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream in the early morning for me, the late night, early morning, just to be mad. So I just watch it later, and then make a video instead of doing the live stream. I wish I could do the live stream again. It was fun. Just watch me get more and more like mad that anime I think isn't that good is winning awards, or at the case at the time, anime like best couples were going to people who were not in a relationship. The whole point of the anime was they weren't a couple and they were winning best couple, and I was just getting mad. Oh, I was getting mad. You could call it a romance anime, but you can't. The first 2 seasons of Kaguya-sama Love is War, they are not a couple. That's the point of the anime. I can't keep getting mad about that. Anyway, speaking about anime, I got to talk about some anime. We got to talk about Hat Atelier episode 8 and Marriagetoxin episode 7. Very different shows. Before we get into that, I need to drink water. I can feel it. I really need the water. We got to go back to the overhead camera, and we'll do all of that in just a moment. So get ready for that. Here we go. All right. Episode 8 of Hat Atelier. It was very funny. I was talking to a friend. I was in a group talking with friends. And somebody was like, I hate that you're a week ahead of me on Witch Hat. And then I remembered, oh, this person is watching it in Japan on TV because it airs 1 week early on streamers, and they're watching it on TV because that's how they watch anime, is they watch it as it airs on television, which is just fucking cool. It feels old and cool. Be like, oh yeah, I tune in to watch my animes. Anyway, let's see. You may remember that we had. I didn't know we got anything ahead of Japan. So Lashbrook, a thing that happens is not just the world. There are streaming platforms that also air in Japan. Like, there's stuff that only airs on Japanese Netflix and then other places Netflix. There's stuff that only airs on Amazon Prime Japan and then airs in the world. There is streaming only anime, and there are some places that have deals where they're on streaming service, including in Japan, and then a week later they're on Japanese TV. So yeah, there is stuff that we do get ahead of Japan, but also it's everybody gets ahead of Japan, including Japanese streamers. It is a way to keep like ahead of the game in certain aspects. It's just, it's all marketing. So where we left off was shit was hitting the fan. Our girl Coco is using a spell she should not know how to use, and she gets caught. Because apparently she's been using forbidden magic, so she gets caught by a member of the Knights Morales, which, if you are part of a group called the Knights Morales, shit's gotten fucked up. That's not the name of a quality place. That, like, I don't know. I start to wonder, are you that moral? And is ready just to erase Coco's memories, because that is what you do. You just erase people's memories, and immediately Queefree is like, and everyone at the atelier is just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Coco is, what are we doing here? We like, totally, this is not what you think. Also, hey, we got to help all these people. You're interrupting our ability to help people right now by these accusations and just trying to divert attention. So the leader of this group, it says like, okay, all right, yeah, sure, I'll back off, but the Knights are investigating you. So like, this is not the clear. This is a temporary reprieve. It is at the most they have bought themselves some time. Again, a council that does this is like, what are we doing here? They seem very trigger happy. Like, they just seem memory wipe happy. Very psyched to do memory wipes. So, Agate for helping these people and going on their help in this mission is going to get entry into the second witch test. So that's, Agate is fucking stoked. We don't love Agate because Agate is like kind of been a bitch, but whatever. So she's very happy about having this opportunity. And then there's also a whole thing about the Conjuring Inc. and our girl Coco, who I am, again, I have been blaming Coco for all of her own problems. Her fascination with magic has seemingly doomed her mom, and also she is clearly going to be part of some sort of big earth-shaking, world-shaking conspiracy that she certainly doesn't want to be a part of, but seems to be unlikely to prevent. So I'm like, when it comes to Coco, a lot of just like, all right, Coco, well, good fucking luck. Please don't drag everyone you know and love down with you, Coco. But I'm starting to come around a little bit more to her being pretty all right. Let's see. So, looking at Coco's conjuring ink, Queen Free is like, your ink has been tainted by the brim cap blood. Brim caps are brim caps are probably the people that are responsible for Coco being exposed to magic in the first place, and there's at least one of them is the one that put them in front of the dragon, and is probably something big and bad is coming their way, specifically because of the brim caps. So Queen Free goes to a shop with Coco and to get a pen to confirm what's going on. And that's the shop that we saw previously. And so Coco gets reunited with Tarta and learns about the job of arranging magic dyes in jars, which I'm like, okay, all right, we're gonna learn a little about that. This seems kind of neat. Sure, okay, we can learn about the dyeing process and all of that. This hopefully won't be devastating or brutal in any way. We'll see how this goes. Meanwhile, Criffy tests the tainted ink. Against Nolno's wishes, the owner of the shop, because he's like, don't get me fucking involved with, like, magic. Like, what are you doing? I have to report this. What are you doing here? And Queefrey is trying to protect Coco, but also thinks that this might be, like, this is a way to investigate and somehow get more information on the brimmed cap. Queefrey fucking uses erasure magic, like erases the memories of what just happened, which is fucked up. The thing that he was trying to prevent happening to Coco, he just fucking does, and it's like, shit, man. This is getting out of hand. We're now in conspiracy territory. We're getting, like, not like conspiracy theory, like an actual conspiracy. Like things are going off the fucking rails. Coco and Tarta become disoriented because of the blinding spell, the test. And then they unfortunately knock over all of the jars, which really frustrates Tarta because the labels help him because he is colorblind, which we learn. And that is why he can't become a witch. Why he works in a support role is because of his colorblindness. He can't become one. And he's very frustrated with the jars breaking, and also just clearly depressed. And so he's just like, "Hey, could you go? Could you leave me alone?" And it's a fucking bummer, because we know that part of the frustration, not the full frustration, but we know that part of the frustration is literally because of people. That is witch error right there. Coco and Queefrey go back to the Atelier, and Tarta like comes back in and realizes something is up, because Nolnoa has no memory of meeting with Queefrey. So, like, instead of just like making up a lie, he just erases the memories and, like, obviously leaves a loose end. Like, if you have to be a fucker and you have to fuck around with people's memories, do a better fucking job. What are we doing here? So yeah, lots of loose ends here that will inevitably fuck over everybody. Like this is bad news, I will say. So yeah, tension's still running high, and now we're starting to see a lot of people make mistakes and with bad judgment. But things are heating up, so we'll see. We'll see where things go in Hat Atelier. And then episode 7 of Marriagetoxin. We finished up the mini arc of helping out Shiori, who has definitely developed a crush on Hikaru, which Hikaru needs to find a fiance, at least. He needs to get married and have an heir so that his younger sister does not have to get married and have an heir. So he is trying to meet women, and the basic idea that they have come up with, he and May have come up with, is, well, your shining feature is that you are dashing in helping people. So they're trying to put him in situations where he can help women and therefore have them fall for him, which hasn't happened yet. Again, he basically, a girl that he was definitely interested in, or was definitely interested in him, has arrived, but he is not interested in her. So that is not going to happen. And then at the end of the episode, we found out, he's got to go to he's busy. He has to go. He's got a friend's wedding coming up, so he can't go. And for the time being, he can't go and meet any other girls in order to try to get married and have a child. So he is going to be busy with other stuff. Let's open this and see what this is here. This is a rubber bands. So I believe this will be for the dial here. Our rotary dial on this will make use of this rubber band. I imagine that is what that's for. This is a lot of fucking cardboard for that. I hate that. Oh, I should say, speaking of cardboard, this kit came with this. The 3 booklets came in this pouch instead of just being loose. Also, the 3 stickers we had also was in this pouch. I don't think I've seen this before. I know that in some instances they have been moving to paper bags, recycled cardboard bags, instead of using plastic bags, which I fully support. But I haven't seen instruction booklets come in a paper bag before, and I found that to be kind of interesting, kind of neat. So now that I've knolled bag 2, we can start working on this here. Get that going. Get into bag 2 here, and then work on this rotary phone. Okay, so Hikaru's friend who is getting married is another person that would be from this world of assassins and cool, weird powers that Toshiki, who is known as the Bug Master, who seems kind of okay, seems all right. He is marrying Annie, and Annie is a regular citizen. She is not from the world of assassination. She is not part of any family or guild or anything like that. She's a normie. And May also gets invited to the wedding, so we get to see more May and Hikaru together. And also we meet another person. It's kind of interesting because we didn't really know until now that Hikaru has any friends in the world of this. But we also meet Tsunagi, the Needle Master, who is another friend. And then Toshiki has a tarantula who warns Hikaru that there's a threat at the wedding, like that there's something there's an issue going on. I should say, Lashbrook likes the bug user. I like the bug. Look, the bug user was like, this is kind of fun. Toshiki seems kind of cool. Here's the deal. Toshiki has a tarantula named Julia Jr. Best new character of the season. You know me. I love a dumb name for a supporting character. And my supporting character of the season, so far anyway, is the one and only Julia Jr., the tarantula. So there's a threat at the wedding, and it turns out that threat is Yamada, who is a suicide bomber who gave up his limbs in explosions. So he... A suicide bomber who has died, who has not died, but has lost multiple limbs in explosions because he hides the bombs in his body parts. Apparently, he wanted one last bomb to explode, which was in his skull, and Yamada got prevented from doing that. Toshiki prevented that from happening. And so now Yamada wants revenge and is targeting the wedding, which is just like so crazy. Because he's also going to target Annie as revenge. And then we have another run-in with, apparently he has prosthetic limbs that he got from Puppet Master, which is just he's got prosthetic limbs from Puppet Master, and he wants to assassinate Annie. These are fun sentences to say. Marriagetoxin is, I didn't know that I would be so into the show. I am very much into the show, and a lot of that is because it is just, I get to say fun sentences and see fun shit happening. It's a good time. I'm just having a good time with this show. Okay, so Hikaru starts fighting with Yamada. Mei gives a speech on Hikaru's behalf because Hikaru is supposed to be giving a speech. So instead, Mei does it, which is fun because they're different people. So that's a good little bit of business. And ties it, Mei, always the worker. Because remember, Mei, instead of being murdered, is helping. So Mei is like doing their thing, and says like, oh, it's because Toshiki, has inspired Hikaru. The reason why Hikaru is trying to find someone to marry is because of this inspiration. Which again, because who knows, there might be single ladies at this wedding. And all of that actually works in their favor because our boy Hikaru is kind of stalling Yamada, but he's not actually defeating Yamada. But Yamada has a change of heart because Yamada realizes that Toshiki, who is by all accounts a bloodthirsty killer, because you know that while Toshiki seems pretty okay, if you're a bug master, like, that's a weird thing. All of them are... Hikaru seems the most normal because he just uses poisons. But everybody else seems pretty fucking weird. But he found love. Oh, shit. I missed that. I immediately noticed that I didn't do two of these pieces, but it's easy to fix it. He's like, oh, he found love. Okay. Like, maybe there's hope for me too. He has a change of heart. He shoots his he shoots his limbs and directs explosions to the clouds, which part the clouds and expose the sunset for the wedding, which is just like really nice. And then Toshiki says that he says he's really lucky to actually be friends with Hikaru because the Bug and the Needle clans are branch families of the Poison Clan. And so that means Hikaru is like not necessarily their boss, but he has higher authority than them, and so it's like pretty nice that he considers them to be friends. And again, when I said that like Hikaru is the most normal to them, of the 5 great clans, he's the closest to actually being a normal dude and a good guy. And so they're like, hey, so both the Needle Master and the Bug Master are like, we really actually do hope you find somebody for him to get married to. Like, good luck, because like we want it. We want him to find somebody to be with. And it's just like really sweet and really nice. And I wasn't yes, we just had a fight with a suicide bomber, but like this is still like a sweet episode. And of course, the episode can't end there. We got to end with setting up the next thing, because I didn't know this wedding was just going to be a one-off, but it was. So we got to set up the next thing that's happening, which is an assassin that has a knife, which is comparatively boring as shit. A knife-wielding assassin. Oh, big deal. But Knife Wielder has killed the Spear Master, which is, again, fairly normal. But the Spear Master gets killed. And apparently, he's killing masters. And his next master on the list, and he's being targeted. They're targeting masters. And Hikaru is on that list. Dun, dun, dun. What a great fucking episode. I love meeting his friends. It was nice. And it goes to show, like, he is a weird dude, but he's kind of normal, and we want him to, we hope he meets somebody that, like, makes him happy, which would be nice. It's just like, oh, yeah, all right. Hell yeah. That was a good fucking episode. Both of these were good. Different ways, but both of these were good. I was pleased. On Saturday, I will have a double dose conversation to talk about an observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess, and then we are caught up on Always a Catch, so we'll talk about the next episode, Always a Catch. That'll be on Saturday. Good anime talk. Now is the part of the stream. We got the time for it. I want to hear from you. That's right, you, the viewer. I'll do it so you can see like that. Yeah, you, the viewer. What are you up to? What are you into? What are you watching right now? You playing any video games? You watching anything on TV? You got anything you want to tell me about? I always love hearing from you about those things and things. So please consider telling me about what you got going on. On Tuesday, I played Hearthstone. Thank you for everybody that came to the stream to watch me play some Hearthstone. It was nice to have y'all here for that. I had a good time with the Hearthstone stream. I only got salty once, and that's because that person was playing a shit deck, and they were also roping every turn. They were trying to get me to concede, which is poor form and shitty. My deck was bad. And they were playing an aggressive deck. They would have beaten me anyway. But instead, they were playing an aggressive deck and being an asshole. So the least I could do was just quit and move on after getting obviously pretty fucking salty about it. But other than that, that was a good stream. I had a good time playing with some silly decks in the old Hearthstone. So thank you to everybody that joined me for that stream. There are games coming out in June that I want to play. There is let me check the Steam thing. I have things to look forward to that I will be playing. At least originally I had one game that I was going to be playing the first week of June, the first Tuesday of June. But then I found out that another game that I'm more interested in is coming out. Wait, where is it? Where are you? Show me your wish list. So at the end of this month, Do You Even Forklift is coming out, and that is a game that I did stream on here on Twitch, the demo of, and I liked it. I thought that was fun. That is coming out on the 28th, so eventually I will get to that game. Won't be able to play it next week, so it'll be later in the month, or later next month that I'll be playing that. But the game that's coming out is Our Lands, which I really like the demo of. We played that in the last demo stream. Our Lands is coming out on the 2nd of the month, and so I will be of June, which is a Tuesday. So I will be playing it that night on stream because it seems very neat. So I will be checking that game out. That is a relaxed sandbox city builder. There is like no real there's just progression and you can just kind of build whatever. It is a chill builder, and it seemed very neat in the demo. And so I will be picking up that game when it comes out on the 2nd and playing that on June 2nd because that seems fucking cool. Other stuff. I don't really have any other games that I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Like, I'll get Do You Even Forklift. I'll probably play it a little bit. Next Tuesday, I'm playing the sledding game, which is like a couple dollars, and it is mostly for multiplayer, but you can make your own server and then just not invite anybody, and I'm going to be doing that probably. That game is pretty bare bones. It is kind of like make your own fun. One thing I don't like about that I was hoping there'd be an update coming out is they don't let you invert mouse look, which is just makes it harder for me to enjoy the game because I like to play inverted. I like to do like flying a plane rules when I play video games. So that is frustrating, but I'll do my best to get used to it. I am excited to play that game next week because it just seems silly. It was, again, very cheap, and I don't know anybody that's playing it. So I was like, oh, I'll check this out. Have a good time with it on stream with all y'all. Yeah, if you've been playing any video games or you've been watching any TV or movies, please feel free to let me know in the chat. I always love hearing from you about those things, especially if you're watching anime that I'm not watching, that kind of stuff. Lashberg says, the final episode came out the day before my Prime trial ended, so I was able to watch the final season of The Boys, which was fine, I guess. It continues to make chuds mad, so it can't be too bad. In somehow less violent media, I watched Mortal Kombat 2 today, and they're definitely found their groove after the first one, but you'll likely feel the same way about this one as you did the first one. Yeah, eventually I'll see Mortal Kombat 2. I'll see the 2026 Mortal Kombat 2, eventually. I don't have any, I'm not dying to see it. I wasn't going to go to the movie theater for it, but I'll eventually see it. I stopped watching The Boys a long time ago, but as Lashbrook says, it made Elon Musk fucking mad, and so I can't hate on it. Just, at a certain point, the subtlety of that show went away. And if you're like, yeah, at a certain point, it just became very obvious and very hit you over the head with it. And that's because idiots didn't get it. They didn't get it. They thought it was for them. They didn't realize it was making fun of them. And so they had to get really obvious so that people that were liking it realized, oh no, we hate you. And then that made people who got it think oh, wow, weird. But it's yeah, no, there is a reason for that. It's not a great reason. It's a fucking bummer reason, but there is a reason. But yeah, I mean, by that time I had already checked out on The Boys. I was already done with The Boys as a show. But it's over. That's okay. We move on to the next thing. There'll always be other things to, hopefully, that people like. I'm trying to think if I've been watching anything that I haven't been talking about. I have started a rewatch of Flying Witch. Flying Witch is my ultimate comfort anime. I am 4 episodes into my latest rewatch of Flying Witch. Usually it's just a couple episodes at a time, because I just think that show is neat. I also have restarted the final season of My Hero Academia because the bonus OVA, the bonus episode, really got me going, and now I want to rewatch that season, and I might even rewatch the second to last season, which is fucking a rough one. But I'm like, well, now maybe I'll watch that again. Now that I've like seen the whole series again, maybe I'll go through it. I don't know. I'm never going to rewatch all of that show, but I'm now watching the last season again because I think it's fucking. I mean, almost every episode's a fucking mini movie. It's goddamn gorgeous of a show. Oops. So I'm gonna rewatch that whole season, I think. Lashbrook did say still better than what I know of the comic. The Boys, yes. The Boys sounds like the comic. I never read it. Didn't seem great. Lord Crashington says, I started watching Twin Peaks The Return, which has been interesting after 2 episodes that is all over the place. I have checked the wiki to see that the log lady passed away shortly after filming Wrapped due to cancer. Yes. And Frank Silva passed away a few years after the original show ended due to AIDS complications, which were sad to find out. I do like that Shelley has to convince people that James Hurley's supposed to be very cool. Yes. Yes, we did lose the log lady a few years after. There was a documentary made about her life that I contributed to on Kickstarter, and I have never seen that documentary because I did not back it at a level where I got the movie, which I guess I should have, but at the time I didn't think about that. But at some point I should see that documentary to track that down. Shouldn't be impossible to find it. And I need one of these. Okay. This thing is coming together. We'll finish this up on the next stream, and then we'll tear it down and build one of the two. Probably. On Saturday, we'll build one of the other ones. I don't know which one. I think we'll build the big 80s cell phone next with the receiver. That's probably what we'll do next. And then we'll finish with the flip phones. We'll go forward in time. That seems to make the most sense to do. But up till this very moment, I had not considered. Oh yeah, which should we do next? You know. But yeah, if anybody else has anything they've been working on or playing, you building any model kits, you playing any video games, you watching any television, I always love hearing from you about those things and things. Feel free to let me know, and let me put this on like this. This has the rubber band, so I'm going to try to build this properly. Okay, that goes like that, and then the rubber band goes between this stopper and here, that, and then this goes like that to lock the rubber band in place. That. I think I'm doing this properly. We'll find out if I have done this properly when we lock these in place here. John says, been busy, super busy with work lately, but managed to watch both Exit 8 and the new Hathaway movies in theaters. Nice! I have not seen it. I have heard good things. I, of course, know the memes of the soundbite. People have been putting the now infamous sound drop in other Gundam stuff. So I've been like, oh, that's interesting. Now I'm like, oh, I don't know. All right, so this does have resistance. It will come back. You can turn it and it will pop back. And then this goes, and then this will pop back. So you can. Oh, I'm now realizing there is a notch on this that I was supposed to put at the top. So I did fuck this up. And then it does open up so you can work on it. So I should probably fix that. And with the remaining time we have here, I should do that. So let's see here. I gotta... I should make it so that the thing with the notch here is at the top there. Which would put this like that. And then... I think I have done this properly now. Let's see. Nope, I messed it up. The sound drop with Witch of Mercury is pretty good. Yes, that is a good meme. Yeah, so this is not even. It should be like this. It is not, so. I might not be able to actually get... Oh, you know what? Actually, looking at the phone and the photo, it's not even. So I don't think there is a way to do it perfect. So we'll just do it like we did there. Yeah, all right. We'll just leave it like that and say it's not perfect, but that's fine. It's okay. Maybe it's possible to get that even, but I bet there's not. And then we got the receiver here. And we got that there. This is cool. This is unnecessary, but it's cool that it's like that. And then, yeah, bag 3 is going to be the receiver, which we will do bag 3. We'll open up bag 3 and know that and build this up on Saturday stream. But we got a lot of this done. We got most of this phone done. And then, of course, we'll have to disassemble all these parts. I don't even know if we need to disassemble all of this, but we'll find out. You know, it might take most of the stream to do that. This might be 3 streams instead of 2.5. I mean, if you're going to make a rotary phone, it would be pretty disappointing if you didn't do that. Lastbrook, you never know. Lego 3-in-1s sometimes don't do a lot of cool stuff because they're limited. And sometimes they do a ton of cool stuff. You never know. You never quite know what you're going to find with Lego. So we still have a bag left to build here, but we got a lot done on tonight's stream. We did get the pencil and the notepad. This is just a piece, but the way it's bent, as I said, I'm pretty sure this is a unique piece. I've never seen it before. It looks like having the exposed underneath it is almost like a forbidden build. I wonder if people buy this piece now to try to get this piece, because it's very unique. It's a roof tile. It might be. It's just an odd piece. I've never come across it before. But yeah, we've got our notes here. Our additional notes. And a nice little set of stuff on here. And that is gonna do it for tonight's stream, though. We're out of time. Now, the party isn't over just because I'm done talking to you. We are going to go find somebody doing cool stuff out there, because we got to end with a raid, because we always end every stream with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool stuff and go send some love their way. So I hope you will come along on this raid. Let's see who we got going on here. Who's doing things on a Thursday? John says we always end with a raid, and that's true. Let's see here. Let's go hang out with Matt Wiggins. Matt Wiggins is playing Marathon. So we'll hang out. Maybe we can get some tips and tricks from Matt, who's a pretty game developer. Pretty good at these kinds of games. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you will come back on Saturday as I continue to work on this and then other Lego phones. I will see you on the next stream. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your, if you get a long weekend, enjoy that weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.